Hi, my name is Liz Magill Peer. I'm the chair of the Lambertville Environmental Commission, and thank you for joining us to learn a bit about our Ditching Disposables Initiative. The Ditching Disposables Initiative was born out of our desire to educate and empower residents to minimize the consumption of single-use plastics in their everyday life, as well as the community, and to support the implementation of our plastic ordinance, which went into effect in January of 2020. Before we get into the Ditching Disposables Initiative, I would like to show you a great video that I feel is a helpful tool to share with residents in your community about why single-use plastics is a problem and how the life cycle of plastics impacts the health and safety of the environment and people. So why is single-use plastic a problem? Since you're already here, it is likely that you agree that single-use plastic is a problem for people and the environment. This video is a great tool to use in your community to educate residents about the life cycle of plastic and why it is important for them to minimize the consumption of plastic in their everyday life. So let's dive into our single-use plastics ordinance real quick. In September of 2018, we banned single-use plastic bags, straws, polystyrene, and styrofoam containers for use by businesses in the city of Lambertville. We gave a grace period until January of 2020 for businesses to opt in, for us to begin outreach and education in the community, and to talk to businesses about the support that they would need in order to successfully comply with this ordinance. Some of the things that we did in order to educate and empower residents and businesses will be discussed following this slide. But when we created the Ditching Disposables Initiative, we had the following goals in mind: to educate the community about the harmful effects of single-use plastics on our environment and health, providing residents and businesses with a range of easy-to-adopt actions that can help them make a successful transition away from single-use plastics, and reinforce and celebrate positive changes. So let's go on to how we got started with ditching disposables. In 2019, we were very fortunate to have received a $20,000 grant from Sustainable Jersey and the PSE&G Foundation. This allowed us to take our ideas about ditching disposables and bring them to life, to really deep dive into what a comprehensive outreach and education program supporting our ordinance could look like. So we kicked off the Ditching Disposables Initiative with Sustainability Storytime in the classroom. This is a great project that we did with Miss Gardner's class, where we read One Plastic Bag, discussed the importance of bringing your reusable shopping bags to the store, and even designed some of our own to take home with the students. The greatest part about this project was that afterwards, I had a parent reach out to me and say that when their child brought the bag home, they had an opportunity at the dinner table to talk about plastics, talk about how they can lessen the amount of plastics that they use in their household, and it really engaged the entire family. So the next project in the Ditching Disposables Initiative was the Bag It screening. We were fortunate to partner with the Acme Screening Room and ANJAC. I'm sure many of you are familiar with this film. It is a great tool, does a bit of a deep dive into why single-use plastics is a problem for the environment and why it's important for us to be mindful of that and take action to minimize it in our community. One of the other things that we did is we had a Q&A session after the screening of the film, and that allowed for great community engagement. In June of 2019, we did a really fun program called T-Shirts to TOTES. We partnered with the local Indivisible Lambertville New Hope group and a bunch of community crafters that are a part of that group to upcycle old T-shirts into reusable shopping bags. Folks had a lot of fun. People from the community brought their kiddos, and we made a ton of reusable shopping bags, a majority of which went to 2 of our local food pantries. So the circle of that reusable t-shirt was pretty great, and we were really excited about the success of that program. The next program in the Ditching Disposables Initiative was the Sustainable Business Forum. I'll let the news coverage speak for itself, but it was a wonderful success. We had the opportunity to engage the local business community, educate them about the upcoming plastic ordinance, and introduce them to a variety of distributors who provide alternatives to single-use plastics. So the next program in the Ditching Disposables Initiative is our partnership with TREX. This wasn't part of our original plan, but grew out of the community's enthusiasm for minimizing their consumption of single-use plastics. The city partnered with TREX to provide 2 boxes for recycling thin film packaging. You can see from the infographic the type of packaging that is allowed in this recycling program. We had an awesome team of volunteers, which is required in order to participate in this TREX partnership, who sorted through the thin plastic waste and made sure that it went to DPW to be recycled with TREX. And once a community accumulates enough of the plastic, then you get a free park bench, which is super exciting. And we have already far exceeded that number and look forward to getting our bench. The Sustainable Business Award is one of the programs in the Ditching Disposables Initiative that we're most excited about. This was launched in September of 2019 with the intention of recognizing a local business for being a green innovator, someone who already has implemented sustainability practices in their business. And this gave us a really fantastic opportunity to engage with the community to nominate and vote for the winner. The winner of that award was Homestead Market, and we look forward to giving them the award and making a big fuss about how awesome they are. The Community Canvassing Day is by far my favorite program in the Ditching Disposables Initiative. In November of 2019, we had 30 plus volunteers who knocked on every single door in the City of Lambertville to talk about the upcoming plastic ordinance and the importance of minimizing your consumption of single-use plastics. For those residents who we were able to talk to, we also handed out reusable shopping bags that were made out of recycled materials. And for those residents who we weren't able to talk to, we left a door hanger that gave them information about how they can learn more about the plastic ordinance and where they can get their reusable shopping bag. We had overwhelming support from the community for this event, and folks were really excited about it. So that is probably the top reason why this is my favorite program. So just a few lessons learned to wrap things up here. These are a few things that we felt as though contributed to the success of the Ditching Disposables Initiative. First off is championship from mayor and city officials. They have been incredibly supportive of the development and implementation of this program. And without that, it would have been far more challenging. A team of dedicated individuals is integral. The community has been incredibly supportive of the Ditching Disposables Initiative, and so many people have come out to help, and without them, this would not have been a success. Brand consistency and messaging. It is always great to have the community recognize something that is part of the Ditching Disposables Initiative. We've had wonderful feedback from people that work at our local markets who talk about how folks are excited about bringing in their Ditching Disposables bag. And we are really happy when we get feedback like that. One of the things that we will be working on is a survey to start to get some data on the effectiveness of this program. And we'll be hoping to launch that either later this year or the beginning of next year. So just a few upcoming projects that you can expect to see coming out of Lambertville. The first is the distribution of ordinance posters and postcards. We got great feedback from local businesses who requested posters and postcards explaining the ordinance that they could hand out to their customers that might have any questions and concerns about it. The next is an educational video, which will be an animated video describing our ordinance, as well as the importance of minimizing the consumption of single-use plastics in the community. The Sustainable Business Certification is another one. We are really excited about that. That'll give businesses the opportunity to apply and be granted as a sustainable business in town. They will receive a sticker that they can put in the window of their business and give their customers, the good feeling of shopping at a local business that's committed to sustainability. Thank you so much for joining me today to learn a little bit more about the Ditching Disposables Initiative. If you have any questions about the implementation of similar programming like this, or just want to chat about plastics, please feel free to reach out to me at environmentalcommission@lambertvillenj.org. And now I will turn things over to a Q&A with my friends Logan and Alex, who are incredible warriors in this fight against the proliferation of single-use plastics in our environment. They're doing wonderful things in New Jersey and Pennsylvania, and I am so grateful to work with them. Again, thank you and have a great day.